So Caitlin Clark has basically proven everything to be everything she was meant to be. She's proven to be everything she's meant to be, both on and off the court, as far as being the next face of women's basketball. And it is without doubt, like, the last couple of games, just the way she's played. I'm going to say it is the Fever, when they're firing on all cylinders with Caitlin Clark, some of the shots she's able to hit, can be one of the most fun teams to watch when they're playing well. Again, when they're playing bad, they're the worst team, one of the worst pro teams I've ever seen. But when they're playing really well, they can be one of the most fun teams to watch. Before we get on to the main part of the video, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We are trying to hit 8,000 subscribers as soon as possible. Right now, we are literally like just over 150 off. We could somehow hit that by the end of the day. That would be absolutely insane, especially since we only hit 7,500 subscribers yesterday. But Caitlin Clark, there's a lot that comes with being the face of the league. And in my opinion, all of that comes with, like, all of the other activism stuff is not needed to be the face of the league. We've seen it with Michael Jordan. We've seen it with other, like, absolute elite sports people. Like, at the same time, what the players have to do at the end of the day, perform, do everything they can to uplift the sport, and do everything they can to get viewers. Caitlin Clark literally was asked about what draws viewers to herself and Angel Reese. What she says is, I think it's just the emotion and passion that we play with. I think people love to see that, and maybe, I think that's maybe something that was not always appreciated in women's sports. That is the answer that Caitlin Clark gave. We've seen Angel Reese, when she was asked about Caitlin Clark's impact, come out and say, they're watching for me too. They're watching for me too. But when we're talking about Caitlin Clark, every one of her answers, you can see again, this is the exact quote that she said. Every one of her answers is about the league. When she was asked about Angel Reese hitting her in the head, her answer, it was basketball. When she's asked about Kennedy Carter cheap-shotting her answer, Kennedy Carter's just a competitor, it was a basketball play. I just need to get up and go on with it and it's a basketball play. She said it wasn't a basketball play, but she was like, Kennedy Carter's just a competitor, I just had to get up and get on with it to win the game. When she was asked years ago about Angel Reese doing the You Can't See Me, she said she came out to defend Angel Reese. All Caitlin Clark has done is realistically, publicly, when questioned, is answer the question she's been given, publicly defend her teammates, her opponents, the league, and the sport of basketball in general. If you've ever listened to some of the stuff that Caitlin Clark wants, growing the sport of basketball, even from a young age, growing the women's game was one of her goals. And no player in the history of women's basketball, there have been better players in the history of women's basketball than Caitlin Clark. Let's not get it twisted. I'm not sure in college, because what she was doing was ridiculous. What she was doing is absolutely ridiculous. But nobody has been able to capture the attention of the public like Caitlin Clark, because it was just that good watching her play. It was that good watching that Iowa team play. And I think that in a couple of years' time, if the league is still thriving, I think we could see Juju Watkins having a similar impact, because I think Juju is as fun to watch as Caitlin Clark. But if we look at the WNBA, the only players that I would say are even remotely as fun to watch as Caitlin Clark is Arike Ogunbowale. And Arike is a generational shot chucker. She is a generational shot chucker. Like, if Caitlin Clark shot 25 times a game, she'd probably average 25 points. But that is the only player that I could say, as far as excitement level, for most casual fans, as far as just the casual interest in the game, is even close. And when Caitlin Clark is firing all cylinders with the pace she plays at, the run and gun style, when she's running, it's an interesting game to watch. So, if you have to ask what Caitlin Clark has had to do, if before the season started, you made a list of things that Caitlin Clark had to do to become the face of the WNBA, unless you are willfully just naive, unless you're just not even naive, unless you're like willfully ignorant to everything Caitlin Clark has done, or you just have you just judged her anyway based on I don't know what evidence, but you just don't like Caitlin Clark, and no matter what Caitlin Clark does, you're still not going to like her, unless that's the boat you're in. What Caitlin Clark has had to do to be the to be the face of the league. One, perform. Her stat line right now, 15. It's like, I'm pretty sure she's at like 16. I think she's 16, 6 and 6 or something. But whatever the hell her stat line is, nobody in WNBA history has ever averaged 15, 5, 5, 1 steal and 1 block. She's averaging quite a bit over that as far as I'm aware in most stats, but except block is exactly 1. But she is literally, if she gets her stat line, not only is it's not she's the first rookie to do it, she will be the first NBA or WNBA player in history, as far as the main 5 stats go, to average what she's had. So she is performing. Maybe not the level people would have liked. But outside of the games where she's been told to go stand in the corner, she's had maybe 3 or 4 bad games. Like, in the Dream game, she played good defense. She didn't shoot well, but she kind of did everything else well. So I'm not going to even say that was too bad a game, because nothing was around for her. She was kind of just told to not be a part of the offense for a lot of the game. But she has had a few bad games, but she's had a few exceptional games, and tonight was an absolutely exceptional game. So, as far as performing goes for a rookie, she's been thereabouts with any rookie in the history of the game. As far as every question she's being asked, when she's basically almost being like, when any other WNBA player is asked about her, all they want to do is just say, she doesn't have that much of an impact, or an Angel Reese thing, like, they're watching for me, and some people not even answering questions about her. Whereas, anytime Caitlin Clark's asking about another player, all she does is say positive things about the other player. Does she think that behind the scenes? I don't know, but it doesn't matter what all that matters is what they say publicly. And all that she has done since she set foot in the league is give answers that will try to grow the league. All she has done is try to grow the league, grow the sport. When she didn't make the Team USA team, obviously Christy Sides, revealed what she actually said to her. But at the end of the day, her answer was perfect, being like, I'm going to support them. I can't wait to watch them play. Like, hopefully I'll make it next time. She's giving the right answers, because at the end of the day, she has had so much responsibility put on her at 22 years old. And it's very difficult for somebody to be told that they have to carry an entire league on their back. And it's even harder to actually be able to do it. And Caitlin Clark has done everything. The only thing is that she's not instantly the best player in the world. That is the only negative thing. That is the only thing as far as like growing this league and becoming the face of the league that she has not shown yet. But when a rookie is very clearly in the best 20 players in the world, that is so rare. That is so rare in any sport, that a first-year player is a top 20 player. And the fact that she's able to do that right away means that by the end of this rookie year, coming into year 2 and 3, when she gets a better coach, when her team fits around her a bit better, when they figure out how to play with each other, she's going to be probably a top 3 point guard in the WNBA. I think, like, we don't know how Chelsea Gray is going to come back, but I'm looking at actual point guards, and I think on her day, Sabrina's probably better, but there's no point guard in the entire WNBA right now that I think is a head and shoulders better than Caitlin Clark, and isn't in a position where on any given day Caitlin Clark can't outplay them. That is how good she is as a player. And not only that, everything she's doing off the floor. She's doing a bunch of, like, we saw all the appearances on TV, a bunch of all that type of stuff, the media stuff that she was doing before the season. And during the season, it's all about basketball. It's all about the sport. If you believe the sport will grow better if it becomes the Real Housewives of the WNBA, then maybe she's not doing exactly what you want. But as far as growing the sport of basketball itself, I don't think you can say she can do much better than she's doing right now.